My name is Abiola, Marufa to Abiola. She wanted to stretch that for people to know I was once a Muslim. I'm actually a product of grace. So when people ask me this question, many times I say I'm grace-made and not self-made. Why do I say this? Because my background is actually nothing to write home about. My daddy was married to 4 women, and my neighborhood is similar to a typical, excuse me to say, Zongo, where we really didn't believe in education. You finish your usual Islamic school, and then you are given off to a man for marriage without your consent. So that's my background. And I happened to have 4 cousins who were males, who were then staying with my old man. So they also needed to go to school because they are males. I am supposed to stay at home. Then my mom, one way or the other, said that, look, you are too troublesome. Just go with these boys and go to school. So that's how I found myself in the classroom. And not any proper school. My parents were in the Volta region. So when you talk about school under trees, I'm also a product of that. We were using the mango tree, very huge mango tree. That school doesn't exist again. It's called RA Primary School. So that's why I said my background is purely by grace. So along the line, the teachers took interest because I was very good in numbers. So they started telling my daddy that no, it's rather the girl you should focus on. And he said no. In our place here, once she's finished the Islamic school, she should be given off, by 11, 12, somebody has already looked. If you are lucky, it will be his son. If you are not lucky, it may be he himself. Maybe you will be the fourth or the fifth wife. So my dad was very against me by going to school. But one afternoon, I came from school, and there was a gentleman sitting by the old man. And when I came in, he said, oh, that's my daughter, that's my firstborn. So the man decided to ask me a question. He asked the boys, it was an English word called long. So he asked them, what is long? And they couldn't respond. So the man turned to me and said, what is long? And then I said, oh, long is, I use my hand. And then he said, okay, this girl is smarter than your boys. So this girl, I'm going to take this girl, I'm going to encourage you to take them to a school in Accra where they can. So the old man didn't have a choice. So he agreed. And that's how I found myself in Temadatus. So from Temadatus, my dad was still waiting. You'll be wasting my money. When you finish class 6, you will come and sit at home. So he kept asking me, so what's next? I said, okay, let me finish class 6. So when I finished class 6, we wrote a common entrance. And I remember that year, the highest was 274. And I got 272. So I didn't know what to do next because I didn't choose the school. It was the teachers who chose. Nobody was interested. Just finish and come home. So the teachers chose, I think they chose Achimota School, Infantimai, and Laboni or so. So about a month after, my old man asked me, so now you finish classes, start going with your mom to the market. And I said, okay, since you are going with the boys to school, can I go and check at least how I performed? So when we got to that, people were pouring powder on me, and I didn't understand what they were doing. Then they said, you did well. You have to go and check your school in Achimota School. So I went there, and my name was there. In fact, they had resumed. So I was also, you see why I told you I'm a product of grace. So I joined Achimota. In fact, those days we didn't have too many international schools. So you needed to have paid your admission fees. Because I didn't know when I was sitting in my mother's shop, somebody, somehow, one Mr. Duncan decided to pay without knowing me. So when we got back and I was looking on the note, he said, who are you? I said, that's my name. He said, okay, why are you now coming? I have paid. So he handed me the payment. And so I got into school, finished O-level, my old man was still waiting. His daughter, by now, his friends have stopped talking to him, and they were wondering, why are you wasting this girl's time? So I said, let me finish O-level. I finished O-level. By then, now, confidence had come. The confidence you mentioned had come. So when he talks to me, I say, look, you can't push me into marriage. So he was waiting for, he pushed off a bit. So I did my O-level, came back to sixth form, and I wanted to do actuarial science. And so I moved from Motown, went to do my actuarial science, finished, and then came back. So that is a little brief about, but by then the old man knows that, class has changed. And then, like Kwame Nkrumah said, if you educate a woman, you educate what? A nation. So as the firstborn out of 16 kids, I also made sure that everybody is educated. So everybody in my family today is a graduate. Everybody is a graduate.